Have you ever found a game that you really enjoyed, but when you wanted to see what other people thought about it, you realized that almost no one had heard of it? I'm sure this has happened to some of you before. I myself can recall finding many games I would consider underrated, but for today's video, I want to talk about one specific game, as well as its sequel that I discovered not too long ago, and that game goes by the name String Theory. So without any delay, let's dive into the story of this game. I first discovered this game while scrolling through a website known as Poki. You know, that one place where you could play mobile games on your computer. I would often scroll on there when I got bored looking for any game that might interest me, meaning it was only a matter of time before I discovered String Theory. From what information I can gather, String Theory was created by someone who goes by the name Lucas Donkers. Don't really know if I'm pronouncing that right. The first version of String Theory was created way back in the year 2016, and then got a remastered version which ended up on Poki, which was where I would inevitably find it. String Theory is a 2D puzzle game that revolves around, as you can guess, strings. The game mechanic is that you have one or two shapes that you need to send to a portal in order to progress to the next level. To get the shape to the portal, you have to manipulate various strings, each with its own unique mechanic. While that description alone just makes it sound like a simple and fun puzzle game, there is in fact a lot more to this game than it seems. Otherwise, I wouldn't be making a video on it. What seems like such a simple game actually has one of the most intriguing stories I have ever seen in a video game, and I'm going to talk about it. Just to give a quick spoiler warning for you, because while I won't go into detail about the story, I will be talking about the endings for both of the games, and I highly recommend you check out the game for yourself, as I feel it has not gotten enough attention. Without further ado, let's dive right in.
This is weird. That's not what I expected. Very interesting indeed.
Oh, by the way, did I mention this game has voice acting? In the start of the first game, we are introduced to our first character, who doesn't really have a name, but I will be referring to them as a Sphere. He seems to have appeared in this new world, which is filled with various strings, and as you go through the game, he will occasionally make remarks about how fascinating all of it is.
I never imagined there would be so many different strings. It's fascinating how these lines work together.
At the moment, the only thing that we know about Sphere is that he seemingly appeared here, and he is quite fascinated by all of the strings around him. For a majority of the start of the game, Sphere is the only character that we ever see. However, later on, we are introduced to another character.
What just happened? It should have worked. I can't see depth. Does this concept even exist?
Cube introduces the new game mechanic where he is capable of breaking through the blue strings. Cube is quite different from Sphere. While Sphere was more optimistic and cheerful, Cube seems to almost be the exact opposite of that. In one of his monologues, he recalls his colleagues, who he seems to have a strong disliking towards.
I knew my colleagues would mess this up. Incompetent slackers! What did I do to deserve this?
Monologue implies that the reason Cube is here has something to do with what him and his colleagues were working on. However, we do not yet know what it is. Eventually, Sphere and Cube meet up, where it is revealed that Cube and Sphere both worked on whatever this project was that caused them to end up in this situation.
I recognize your voice.
Easy to recognize, right? We do work on the same project after all.
According to bits and pieces of their dialogue, we slowly start to get a better understanding of what this project is that they were working on. It appears that they were working on some sort of very complex machine, as they refer to various parts of it, such as a interdimensional flux reverser warp, whatever the heck that is.
Hypothetically speaking, did you, by any chance, change the dimensional flux reverser warp?
I recalibrated the patterns and reprogrammed with the right values given by my colleagues. What do you ask?
Eventually, they realize that they are stuck in a limbo between the first and second dimension, which comes to Cube to realize...
Oh God, no! No! This means we are stuck forever, with no chance of escape.
Fortunately, after that, Sphere gives a few words of comfort for him to make him feel less bad about his situation.
We may be lost, and we may no longer perceive time as we know it. Why shouldn't we take this opportunity? We are finally free from time and everything. Doesn't this idea comfort you?
Maybe you're right. Let's have fun while we can. Eventually everything will fall in line.
And that's it for the first game. There are a few bonus levels, though they don't contain dialogue. They do include some important information, such as after a while of exploring this limbo-like place that they were trapped in, after a while black holes began to form, which, as black holes do, began sucking up all nearby matter. However, since obviously these black holes are a serious threat, it might be a sign of hope that they are not alone in this dimension. Though I don't really know what made them think of that.
Safety line attached. 2D line formatting? Check. Dimensional flux reverser warp? Operative. Is the sensor equipment standing by?
The sensors are operational. I'm ready to go.
Confirmed. Ready when you are, Eva.
I'm ready.
Then let Operation Flat Dimension Rescue begin.
Okay. I'm going in.
At the start of the game, we are introduced to two new characters. One, who goes by the name Eva, one of the first characters in the game to actually have a proper name to them, and another character who I'll just refer to as Team Upper Plane. Eva was another one of the colleagues who worked on the project that Sphere and Cube were also working on. It seems that after they got trapped in this limbo between the first and second dimension, Eva, as well as some other colleagues, decided to perform a rescue mission. Eva intentionally went into the machine, sending herself to this place, while Team Upper Plane stayed behind to help guide her. Similarly to Sphere, Eva shows a great interest in all the strings and how they work perfectly together. And that leads me to quickly take a pause and say that I also honestly really enjoy the visuals of this game. The fact that everything is so simple yet so amazing, it just really impresses me, because like it's nothing but string, yet the background designs and even the music, it's just amazing. I'm not really sure if I can really show much of it, the music, to you, due to copyright reasons, which is why I highly recommend you check out the game for yourself, as I feel like that's the only true way to properly experience it. After a while, Eva starts to lose connection with Team Upper Plane, and she soon realizes that her safety line, which was allowing her to come back to their third dimension, that being their home, has severed, meaning that she could potentially be stuck here.
Stay calm, Eva. Safety line is broken. Get really back in. We're trying to fix this as fast as possible. Stay strong.
What do you mean? Safety line is broken? Team Upper Plane, if the line is broken, does that mean I'm stuck here? Answer me! Oh no. Damn it!
Shortly after losing connection with Team Upper Plane, she finds a wormhole and decides to travel through it.
What is that thing? Could it be a real wormhole? Let's see where this wormhole will take me.
Meanwhile, somewhere possibly quite far from where Eva is, we then meet our original duo, Sphere and Cube. Sphere says that he noticed a scream, however Cube didn't notice it and thought that Sphere was going crazy. Despite that, they decide to both go searching for it. After a while, Sphere seems to recognize the scream belonging to Eva. After that, we have a monologue between Cube and Sphere, which gives us a bit more information on Eva's character.
That scream really reminded me of Eva. Remember her? She always worked so hard. Losing her daughter made penetrating the second dimension her personal quest.
I wouldn't call it a quest. Her personal reasons are turning it into an obsession.
Well, yeah, sure, but you're a scientist too. Wouldn't you have tried anything you could to undo the loss of your daughter?
One cannot undo the past. The hospital made a mistake, and nothing can fix that. We most certainly can't. We're scientists, not gods.
I don't know. I think I would have tried too.
Based off of that dialogue, we now know that Eva once had a daughter who later would be revealed to be named Diana, who seemed to have died in the hospital. It is currently unknown what led her to end up in the hospital, and it's unknown what mistake the hospital made, which inevitably resulted in Diana's death. Either way, it seems that the loss of Eva's daughter seems to be something that has motivated her to work on this project. Based on previous monologue by Eva, we get more information on what this project was, and it seems that it had something to do with time travel, or potentially traveling to other dimensions, which obviously means that it could be a possibility that Diana could get revived in some way.
This data could mean a breakthrough. Could it mean that it's really possible to go back in time?
After a rather bumpy ride through a wormhole, Eva regains contact with a Team Upper Plane, who tell her that they have found exactly where her colleagues are, and that they have located a wormhole which will take them home. Eventually, Eva is reunited with Sphere and Cube, and as they travel through this limbo, they eventually find the wormhole that Team Upper Plane were referring to. This is the part that is somewhere near the end, and to be honest, I don't really know how I feel about the ending. I'll show the ending part, and I'll just talk a bit more about it afterwards.
I think I can see the wormhole.
That means we did it! Hooray!
Wait, this can't be right.
What do you mean, this can't be right?
This should be the right wormhole, but my readings, they say it's unstable.
Don't you think we should trust the team? They know what they're doing.
I hope you're right.
Let's just do it. Let's go home.
Wait! This is another dimension!
Oh no.
Mayday! Mayday! Team Upper Lane! Help!
Eva, do you copy? Eva, are you there? Eva, come in. Something's off. It almost looks like someone has been tampering with our devices. Guys, who's been controlling the dimensional flux reverser warp? I need some assistance over here.
My dearest Diana, I am so sorry. I tried to surpass the laws of physics, but still it wasn't enough to save you. All my hard work, it was all in vain.
And that is how we made our latest breakthrough in the field. With the completion of our two-dimensional telescope and this new data, science is entering a whole new era. This discovery will further our understanding of the origin of our universe. Any questions?
This is Kenneth Madigan from the Exact Times. Can you tell me what happened to Eva Feynman and the two other researchers?
I'm not at liberty to answer that question right now. Are there any other questions?
Obviously, after seeing that ending, you're probably wondering, what? That's it? Really? All that effort they made turned out to be futile. I just really don't seem to understand why it had to have such a bad ending. Like, I understand that not every game necessarily needs to have a bad ending, but I think that there should at least be some kind of lesson to learn, and string theory just doesn't seem to have that. Like, what lesson is there to learn? Is it that there are consequences to exploring new places? Is it something to do with grief consuming a person, or how people will do anything for recognition, even if that means people getting hurt without other people's knowledge? It just doesn't make sense. And like I said, there doesn't seem to really be any confirmation that there is going to be a third installment, so for all we know, this is really it. Obviously, aside from the ending not necessarily being my favorite part of the game, I still really enjoyed it, and I feel that it needs more recognition. I have seen a few YouTube videos relating to it, but they barely have any views or comments on them. So I'm not asking for much, just maybe give the game a chance and give it some recognition, because this is just an amazing game and I feel it should have more attention. But anyway, I really hope you enjoyed this video. This is actually one of the first times I have ever done like a game review thing, so I wouldn't really consider myself an expert at doing this kind of video, but I still really hope you enjoyed nonetheless. And something interesting I learned, which is not too related to string theory. One of the people who worked on it, Lucas Donkers, has apparently worked behind the scenes on many other indie games. Anyways, aside from that, I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you on whatever I make next. Like I said in my introduction video, I won't be sticking to one specific form of content, so I definitely will be doing videos like this, talking about games that I think deserve more attention, but I will still upload many more different forms of content here. So yeah, if you enjoyed this, then I'll be sure to make another video talking about another game that I enjoy. But until then, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you another time. Bye.